Kia ora koutou, I'm Michael Fletcher and I'm Principal of Chaucer School here in Tamaki Makaurau in our wonderful country of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Here are 3 tips for Panther, 3 tips for principals and me first. Tip number 1, the voice. When you're sick, does the little voice in your head immediately say, "You better check your calendar, you might have something really important, and that will mean you can't afford to not be at school today, better check"? Or does the little voice say, "What do you need right now?" You can train your brain so it says the latter, not the former. Now, my brain still occasionally chips in with the "you better check your calendar" line, but I've trained it to focus on the former. In other words, thinking about what do I actually need in that moment. And amazingly, when I've chosen to stay at home and rest and get well, the world hasn't fallen apart. Tip number 2, the hard word person. Do you have someone on your staff that you trust who can say to you, "You look terrible, you need to go home"? Or, "Stay at home, we've got this"? Or, "Don't come into school, we don't want your germs, look after yourself, rest up"? If you've got someone who can give you the hard word, awesome. If you haven't, I strongly recommend you get someone. For me, it's our wonderful 2IC, and she is great whether it's face-to-face or on a text message, reassuring me and actually looking out for me and having my back. Tip number 3, rest and STL. So, you're sick and you've made the call to stay at home, awesome. But then, I'll just dial into the leadership meeting. I'll leave the camera off, but at least I can be part of it. What are you doing? Rest and STL. Shut the laptop. This is a real example. This was me last term, and I was off sick, and I was this close to dialing into a leadership meeting. Thankfully, I gave myself the hard word, and I texted my wonderful 2IC, and she replied, "All good, we've got this," and I went back to bed. We're on a mission to ensure that all principals are energised, well rested, and running on a full tank. We work with principals to empower them to own their well-being. If you think you'd benefit from working with us and you'd like a free, no obligation 20-minute chat, drop us an email. Thank you for watching, and remember to ask yourself, what do I need right now? And then do something about it. Kia kite anō.